Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about the two important concepts, that is diffusion and the second concept is osmosis. Diffusion is a movement of substance from the region of high concentration to low concentration. Please note that it is from the region of high concentration to low concentration, and diffusion always takes place by solute. So solute is a substance which is present, you can say the solid substance which is present in the solution. Okay, whenever you have a solution, you might have studied in chemistry, there are two types of substances, solute and solvent. So when the solute moves from the region of high concentration to the region of low concentration, then it is said to be diffusion. Okay, so important terms you have to remember is solute, high concentration and low concentration. I can compare it to an analogy saying you are a solvent, I am also a solvent, and we have a solute, that is chocolates. So you are having more chocolates and I am having less chocolates. So when we are near to each other, what will happen? The chocolates will move from you towards me. Why? Because you are having more concentration of solute and I am having less concentration of solute. So the chocolates will try to move from you to me, and hence that process is said to be diffusion. It plays a very important role in gaseous exchange. Gaseous exchange, I give you a very common example here. Respiratory system in human beings, right? When the air reaches the alveoli, the alveoli are surrounded by blood vessels, and between the alveoli and the blood vessels there is a gaseous exchange taking place, oxygen going into the blood vessel and carbon dioxide going into the alveoli. That is because of the concentration difference, and hence it is said that the gaseous exchange takes place at alveoli because of or by the process of diffusion. Okay, so level of oxygen inside a cell decreases. Oxygen from the external environment enters the cell. Why? Because oxygen is more in amount in the external environment. Hence, the oxygen, that is a solute, will move from high concentration to low concentration, and that is the process of diffusion. It's a simple diagram which will explain you. Since there is no solute here, all the solutes will come here. Okay. Now, again a very important concept, osmosis. Osmosis is again the transfer of water molecules from the region of high concentration to the region of low concentration. So high to low remain the same as diffusion, but only when water moves, when the solvent moves, or when water moves from the region of high concentration to the region of low concentration, and also through a semi-permeable membrane. So here you have four important terms you have to remember when you study about osmosis, that is high to low, then solvent will move here, and you will have a semi-permeable membrane which will allow only some substances to move here and there. Okay, the membrane which permits the entry and exit of some materials is said to be semi-permeable membrane. Now, I compare this to an analogy. You know raisins? In Hindi it is called as drash. So, if you put that raisins in water, do this experiment. Put the raisins in water for some time, say for half an hour or 1 hour, and after that just go and observe the raisins. The raisins will swell. They will increase in size and diameter. Why? Because the water has entered into the raisin. The raisin was having low concentration of water, whereas the water outside was high in concentration and low in solute, and hence the water moved from outside into the raisins and the raisins swell. So here you have to remember three concepts. You have isotonic, hypertonic and hypotonic solution. Okay. What do you mean by hypotonic solution? See, when a cell is placed in a medium which has high water concentration and low solute concentration. Okay, the water is more but the solute is less. When the water is more and the solute is less, in that medium is said to be hypotonic. Okay, water more, when you take water and compare it with the name of the solution, it is exactly opposite. Water more, the solution will be set as hypotonic solution. So when the water is more and solute is less, then that hypotonic solution, if you place anything in that hypotonic solution where the water is more, but obviously the water will move from high concentration to low concentration, and the solute which is present or the substance which you keep in hypotonic solution will swell, and that process is said to be endoosmosis. Okay, that process is said to be endoosmosis. Next we go to hypertonic solution. Now again, hyper, if the solution is hyper, then the water concentration will be low. Okay, just you have to decrease that. So if the solution is hyper, then the water concentration will be low. Since the water concentration is low, whatever solute you will have high water concentration, and hence the substance will lose the water into the external medium because there is less water there, and water always moves from high concentration to low concentration. So there is less water there, and hence it is said to be exoosmosis. Why exo? Because the water is moving out. Exoosmosis, why? Because the water is moving out. Okay, so such a solution is said to be hypertonic. Remember, hyper, when the word hyper means high. What is high? If the solution is hyper, then the water will be low. Opposite. The water concentration will be low, and if the water concentration is low, the water will come out from anything surrounding it, and hence if it is coming out, it is known as exoosmosis. Then it is said that osmosis takes place in roots. So when roots absorb water from soil, that they take in by the process of osmosis. And the last type of solution is isotonic. There are some solutions in which the solute and the solvent concentration will be equal. The water will be equal in solute also, the water will be equal in solvent also. If the water concentration outside the cell is similar to inside the cell, it is said to be isotonic. Okay, neither low nor high. In that case, will the water move from the cell to the external environment? No, there will be no net movement of water in isotonic solution. So if the cell, we take a solute as a cell. So if the solute or if the cell is placed in hypertonic solution, what will happen? The cell will shrink. The cell will reduce in size. Why? Because the water outside is less, and hence the water from the cell will go outside, and hence the cell will shrink. And that process is known as exoosmosis. If we place a cell in hypotonic solution, hypo means what? The water will be more. If the water is more, suppose this is water, here the water is more, and this cell is having less water. So what will happen? The water will move inside the cell, and this cell which is there will increase in size. It will swell up, and this process is known as endoosmosis. Okay, so osmosis, basically the movement of water through a semi-permeable membrane. Three types of solutions: hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic. Please remember these concepts. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. If you do like my video, please click on the subscribe button. Also like it. Thank you so much.